Hello! Welcome to another Let It Die video. Today we will be trying something new, which is to say, a weapon spotlight. Specifically, we'll be talking about the stun gun. So I was able to get a hold of the uncapped version of the weapon, and all the haters were like, the stun gun weapon is a weapon released on the 9th season of TDM. You can obtain the blueprint from the lost bags in TDM, or shall I say, could have obtained, since we are in season 12 and the blueprint stopped dropping 2 seasons ago. Worry not though, you could always purchase the blueprints from Hernia when it appears in the shop. Alternatively, you can wait for the TDM season rotation to start dropping the blueprints again. Anyways, it's a very unique weapon because it's a piercing weapon, but it doesn't reload the same way as other piercing weapons. Upon reloading, you will start a wind-up sequence wherein you will hear a whirring noise from the gun. And after 15 seconds, it pulses with electricity, which tells you it has reloaded. If you find yourself getting stuck at awkward situations while waiting for the gun to reload, consider starting the reload animation after you fire the first bullet. Alternatively, you can use the melee attack of this weapon, which deals massive amounts of damage for some reason. I mean, look at that. Look at that! Why is that damage like that? It's also unique in terms of dealing damage because it fires unblockable projectiles, which initially deals damage but then sticks to the enemy continuously, damaging them for a random amount of pulses. These pulses may vary from no extra pulse at all to 7 extra pulses, according to my records. If you are on the receiving end of the stun gun, you can dodge to remove the electrodes attached to you. Okay, now let's talk about rage moves. According to the description, it's named E-Slave, where it shoots specialized electrodes which immobilize the enemy. Well, that's a mouthful, so let me just show you what it does. Just aim, fire, and... Well, that didn't do much, did it? It just made them dance, that's it. Well, that's because you were supposed to mash the attack button, you dummy. So let me show you again, but this time with me mashing the attack button. Yeah, that's a ton of damage right there. It costs 2 rage points though. I really wish they told us you had to keep attacking for it to deal damage. I tried using it on bosses, but I recommend you use it when they are at their most immobile state because they can't move while you do this. It deals a ton of damage though. So let's talk about stats. It deals a decent amount of damage as it scales up in rank. It's got 64 total bullets in its regular version, and 320 for the uncapped version. Yeah, that's a huge jump there, buddy. The stun gun already looks over the top in its first 2 tiers of the weapon, but bigger barrels get attached into the higher tiers which make it look even more ridiculous. I ain't complaining though, this game is known for impractical weapon designs and boy does it please me. Lastly, for all the decal purposes, the stun gun is a piercing electric weapon under the War Ensemble faction, so wear your decals accordingly if you're planning to build your character towards this weapon. I'd give you the scaling split between dexterity and strength, but my research sheet currently does not have it, so yeah.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
I think I've rambled long enough about the weapon, so let me just summarize the good points and the bad points of the weapon. So for the good point, it's a reliable source of unblockable damage, and the fact that the electrodes stick to the enemy for more damage makes it even better. Occasionally, the electrodes also damage other enemies given that they are close enough to the original area you shot. You can essentially preload your bullets with this weapon. If you play your cards right, you can have another magazine reloaded after you've expended the old one. The melee attacks deal a considerable amount of damage, which is amazing for when you're waiting for the reload wind up. It's a ranged weapon, so you don't have to get up close and personal in attacking, so you're relatively safe if you know what you're doing. And now for the bad points. Its attacks don't stagger heaters just like other piercing weapons, so if by any chance you shoot someone who's rushing towards you, you will take a hit. The reload time feels extremely awkward, especially on tense situations, and it's hard to gauge if you're not counting. I have problems with the accuracy, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I'm really close and it doesn't hit when I shoot, but it hits whenever the enemy is like yards away. In that case, I recommend just baiting out their attacks then shooting just out of their melee range, so that you won't get hit. So considering all of that, I can say that it's a pretty decent weapon to take up to floor 50 and up, given that you uncap it, of course. I will say that it feels pretty underwhelming when I use it against bosses, but maybe I just have to upgrade it a bit more since I have a plus 5 version. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this weapon spotlight helped you consider picking up this weapon, and I wish all you senpais climbing out there a good day. So, I hope you all were entertained by that video. Click here if you want to watch another video of mine, which is selected by the magical YouTube algorithm. Please don't forget to gently click that like and subscribe button if you liked my content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys. Bye bye.